Hello, everyone. Ryan Embry here with The Sweet Spot. We are live at the 2025 Hospitality Show, Day 2. I'm here with CEO, co-founder of Landingplace Hotels, Jeremy. Jeremy, thank you so much for being on The Sweet Spot.
Thank you.
We're here at this lovely booth here in Denver, Day 2. A lot of attendees coming through here, a lot of education panels. So talk to us about the show, how the show's been so far.
Yeah, the show's been great for us. Talking with a lot of these very operator focused.
Sure.
And which is, we were built by owners and operators for owners and operators. So it dovetails nicely with our purpose of being in a franchisor space. And what's great is talking to the operators, hearing their struggles with staffing, with increasing costs, while revenue staying flat at best. And that's really the genesis of why we were built. Yeah. We were built to help those owners not just drive their top line revenue, but enable them to flow more of that to the bottom line. And that's really refreshing to hear that need exists, which is why we were created. And to have that synergy with the owners and operators has been refreshing, and we've had some great discussions while we've been here.
It's incredible, and it's no mistake why there was a couple sessions on profitability at the beginning of this, right? Margins are really tight right now, as we know. Landingplace Hotels, let's talk about it. It's a fairly new brand. Yeah. I love hearing, we've had the privilege of having a couple brand starters and co-founders on here. The background, the story of a brand, really, really important. I think that sets you kind of as a North Star on what you're trying to accomplish. Talk to us through that story and that journey, how you got here.
Yeah, my background, 28 years as an operator, spent time on the franchisor side with two of the large global franchise brands, and then in the third-party management company side. So being able to see the business from all angles and have a blank piece of paper to create a franchise organization from scratch that makes sense, that should have existed all the time. Yeah. And so we were able to create that, and in doing so, able to really address those key pain points while not being beholden to Wall Street. We can do what makes sense for the owner and operator, and if we can make them successful, then we'll be successful, because that demand will continue to flow in like it has since our initial launch. And things like our approach to housekeeping, our approach to breakfast, and by using the brand standards not as the iron fist, you must do this, but more of how can we help you standardize your operation in a guest-focused manner while still being profitable. And the response from the franchise community has been tremendous.
It's incredible. And, a lot of panels and sessions at this hospitality show talking about that relationship between brand and operator right now. And sometimes there's a little bit of tension there, right? Where are you finding spots that Landingplace Hotels is going to be a great fit for owners and operators in that?
Yeah, we're conversion first. Our focus is on conversions. We do have some new construction in the pipeline. We're working on prototypes for both our Landingplace Suites and Landingplace Select brands right now. But conversion is where the sweet spot is for us initially and from a future growth perspective. By engaging owners and operators in the development of our brand standards. Before they go final, we're bouncing those off of owners and operators as a litmus test to make sure it is feasible in the real world. And built by owners and operators for owners and operators, that's part of that formula. And from a distribution standpoint, we've seen it across the board. Coast to coast, border to border, metropolitan areas down to tertiary markets, off the interstate, urban centers, near convention centers, you name it. And it transcends all the brands. With our Landingplace Suites and Landingplace Select brands, targeting mid-scale select service and mid-scale extended stay, the conversion opportunities are tremendous. As interest rates reset from those that were financed at exceptionally low rates around 2019 to 2021, those terms are coming due, and those rates will be resetting. And now owners are reevaluating what's next for my property. And we think we have a great value proposition for those owners.
Yeah, it does feel like we're coming to an inflection point right now. Just, again, the sentiment out there. Obviously, owner and operator sentiment is one side of the equation, right? The next is making a happy traveler and happy guest. Where do you think this Landingplace Hotel, where that's going to sit for the guests and travelers?
Great question. And guests want choice. They want choice and flexibility. And that's one of the cornerstones we built our brands on. When free breakfast, which is never free, right? Somebody's got to pay for it.
Sure.
And no one really gets excited about that free breakfast at Hotel XYZ, right? So we know we have to pay for that. Somebody's paying for it. Nobody gets excited. So why have it when now you have DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats, grocery delivery? You have all of these services that are available to guests that didn't exist 20, 25 years ago, right? And so we're taking a different approach to how we're delivering that and making it more of a revenue center without the staffing requirement, without the waste, which is very P&L friendly. And then on the housekeeping side, I don't know about you, but my house isn't cleaned every day, right? And so why does the hotel room need to be fully cleaned every day? So we're taking a different approach to that and also making it to where if you do want that service every day, it's now a revenue center for the hotel, right? And by doing that, it also allows you to compress that staffing requirement and eliminate the FTEs as opposed to having to staff for it and not knowing every day how many rooms do you have to clean.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, from what I can hear, it really sounds like you're taking a very modern approach for the modern hotel operator and modern guest and aligning with those things, which, maybe some of those big brands that have had those standards for decades, even some more than a century, right, can't pivot as quickly and be able to adapt to. So very cool. What's the pipeline looking like? What's the interest development looking like?
Yeah, today marks the 90 days since we officially launched. And thanks. In that 90 days, our pipeline is built to around 20 properties so far. We're working through some final steps, getting ink on paper on a handful of properties as they work out their exit and their transition timeline. And what does that plan look like? And we've got some new entries to the market that you may see here. More to come. Not going to talk in detail about that today, but we've got some demand that has come in since our launch 90 days ago that wasn't a great fit for these two brands. And we didn't want to dilute the integrity of what those brands stand for in the select service, mid-scale, and select service extended stay space. So we wanted to capitalize on that demand. The market was telling us what needed to happen. So that's where we've created these two options that we'll be announcing probably in Q1. So more to come on that, but we also already have demand for those because of that original demand.
Super exciting stuff. And again, being able to pivot quickly, adapt, and two new brands potentially on the horizon. So Jeremy, we're excited. We're excited to see first Landingplace hotels open up here in Q1. We'll keep a close eye, and thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.